गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदान शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम्। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यम्। भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदान्त विद्यासानिभ्यैव च सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिं। व्यासाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सेवेंटी-थर्ड सूत्र। अक्षरं मरान्तधृतेः सा च प्रशासनात् अन्यभावव्यावृत्तेश्च ईक्षते कर्म व्यपदेशात् सः। दहर उत्तरेभ्यः गति शब्दाभ्यां तथा हि दृष्टं लिंगं च धृतेश्च महिम्नोऽस्यास्मिन्नुपलब्धेः प्रसिद्धेश्च इतर परामर्शात् स इति चेन्नासंभवात्। उत्तराच्चेदाविर्भूतस्वरूपस्तु अन्यार्थश्च परामर्शः अल्पश्रुतेरिति चेत्तदुक्तम् अनुकृतेस्तस्य च I am leading it. When you don't follow, see everything is covered or not. What I have told, only one Purupaksh is remaining. न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकम नेमा विद्युतो भांति कुतोयमग्नि पेज 303 तमेव भान्तम अनुभाति सर्वम तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति इति समामनन्ति. Samamananti means this is said in the Upanishads. Yatra yam bhantvanubhati sarvam yasya cha bhasa sarvamidam vivati sa kim tejos dhatu kaschit utpragya atma iti vichikitsaya. Yatra yam bhantam, by the shining of whose everything else shines. This is the question. Sa kim tejo dhatuhu. Is this the big elemental powerful light? This tejo dhatu means that Purupaksh which was used. Is it a light of the Atma? Kaschit ut. Kaschit ut means or. Ut means or. Pragya Atma iti. Vichikitsayam satyam. Vichikitsa means doubt. Having this doubt here, tejo dhatu riti tavat praptam. So here Purupaksh says, I think it's some kind of very big light is there. Kutaha. Kuta means how come? Tejo dhatu naam ev suryadi naam bhana pratishedhat. So how come it is there? So tejo dhatu naam ev suryadi naam bhana. So he is saying, so where it went? He is saying, because of tej dhatu, Suryadi has been illuminating. And then he says, tejo dhatu naam Suryadi naam pratibhan pratishedhat. Bhan pratishedhat means by this has been mentioned. What has been bhan pratishedhat? By that, in that, na tatra suryo bhati. In that, like in the sunlight, the starlight, bhan pratishedhat. The sunlight, in presence of sunlight, starlight don't illuminate or don't shine. So in that presence of very big light, whose name is Tejo Dhatu, the sunlight, etc. don't shine. Okay, this is called Bhan Pratishedhat. Tejas Swabhavakam hi, I am going faster because I have explained everything. Tejas Swabhavakam hi Chandra Tarakadi Tejas Swabhavaka eva Surya Tejas Swabhavakam हि चंद्र तारकादि तेज स्वभावक एव सूर्ये भासमाने हानि न भासते. So same thing is mentioned here. Surya Bhasmane. Surya Bhasmane means Sati Saptami, when the sun shines. Na Bhasate will not go with Surya. Na Bhasate will go with Tejas Chandra Tarakadi. So in the sunlight, although this moon and star are of the nature of the light, but they don't shine. See? So Na Bhasate will go with Chandra Tarakadi. So although they are of the nature of Tej, but as in the presence of sunlight, these stars etc. don't shine. Similarly, in the presence of that big powerful light called Tejo Dhatu, the sun etc. don't shine. Is it clear? Anubhanam api tejas svabhavakah eva upapadyate. Anumanam api. So Anuman means after that tejas svabhavaka eva upapadyate. How? Samana svabhavakeshu anukar darshanat. Remember this point. The Purupaksh had given two Purupaksh. One was that there is some big light, and second was that Anu word means imitation. So imitation is some commonness is there, then only he can imitate. Like he Gayati and Anu Gayati, I told yesterday. Gachati, Anu Gachati. So because the light is here in the sun, so there should be light also in that big light. That is called Gachantam Saman Subhavakeshu Anukar Darshanat. Gachantam Anugachati Itivat. देखा आपने? What I said, everything is here only. Tasmat Tejo Dhatu Kaschit iti evam prapte brumah. And therefore, there is some big light which is in front of whom the light of sun, moon, etc. all are diminishing. They are not seen. Natatra suryo bhati. Supposing this is said, from here starts Siddhanti. He said no. Pragya eva ayam atma bhavitum arhati. He said no. That Paramatma, Tatra word is for the Pragya. Pragya means Paramatma. How? Anukritehe. Anukritehe means here Anukaranam Anukriti. Anukaranam means here Paschat. See the word Paschat is there, which I said. Yadetat tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam iti anubhanam tat pragya parigrahe avakalpate. So, posterior shining is there. Remember that. And then this also quotation I had told you, Bharupa Satya Sankalpa. So itihi pragyam atmanam amananti. Amananti means said in the Vedas. Then this Bharupa, this light is of the nature of, this consciousness is of the nature of light. Natu kaschit, this is what I was saying, Pratyaksh Praman is not proved. Natu tejo dhatum kaschit suryadaya anubhanti iti prasiddham. This was a refutation. I said there will be 4 points mentioned by Bhashyakar, if you remember. And first was, there is no Pratyaksh Praman. If there is some big light, it should be known by somebody. But nobody has known that light. So, natu tejo dhatu kaschit suryadaya anubhanti iti prasiddham. Prasiddham means Pratyaksh Pramanena prasiddham. This is not known by any Pratyaksh Praman. Are you following it? Is it easy? Nobody can see that. Samatvacha tejo dhatu nam suryadinam na tejo dhatu manyam pratyapekshasti yam bhantam anubhayu. So there is, we don't see that. What do we don't see? That tejo dhatu naam suryadi naam, there is no other by which sun shines. Sunshine doesn't expect something else to illuminate that. See, it is written samatvacha. Samatvacha means, so samatvacha means both if it is same, if it is of the same light. Now here I will stop for a moment and I will take you to the second cause. Just hold on. So if you remember, I had said that Bhashyakar gives how many reasons? 4 reasons. 2 refutations are Purupaksh argument, and 3rd and 4th are additional arguments. So 1 I gave. Second argument, what? Just hold on here, I'll come back to it. So second argument, what he says here, be very clear. He says that please tell me, there is no rule that imitation is possible only of the 2 things belonging of the same category. I am repeating it. There is no rule that imitation means imitation means that some 2 things, like Ram is walking, behind him Lakshman is anugachati. So this walkingness is imitation. Okay. I am singing, you repeat it. So this singingness, as I am singing, you also sing. That is imitationless. Imitationness. Right? So he says there is no rule, because imitation word was 2 reasons were given by Purupaksh. 2 reasons were given by Purupaksh. Please follow that. If you don't follow, you will miss it. If you miss something, then you will not understand. What was the 2 reasons given? One reason was given that powerful light engulfs, more powerful light engulfs the second lesser powerful light. Like sun overwhelms the starlight and moonlight. And second reason was given that imitation will be in the same characteristic thing which are same. Figure? Now Bhashyakar gives second argument. First was pratyaksh pramanena siddham bhavati. And second is, he is saying there is no rule that imitation should be of the same category. He said, how do you say like that? He said, supposing I will give one example. What example you are giving? There is one iron ball. Solid iron ball is there. So iron ball can burn something. Iron ball can burn. It can burn. It cannot burn. Iron ball, Dagda Swabhava is not there. It cannot burn something. It does not have. But fire can burn something. But if iron ball is kept in the fire, then iron ball will become red hot iron ball. And then it can burn something. Then it has a capacity to burn. So Agnim Anu Ayaha Dayati. Acha. There is anukaram, there is imitation now. The burningness of the fire is imitated by the iron ball. Okay. Didn't get my point. Burningness of the fire is imitated by the iron ball. Although light nature is not in the iron ball. So it is not a necessity that 2 things should have the same characteristic for imitation. Let me point. 2 things should not be of the same characteristic to have the imitation. It should not be in the same category and same realm of experience. Give another reason. Any example? Elaborate. You're right. Still, I'll go faster. Somebody in the waking state has fought a lot with somebody. He had a good fight, and that too at 10 o'clock in the night. 11 o'clock he sleeps. All the sleep won't come after that. After fighting, you can't sleep. Therefore, after 9 o'clock, don't fight. Best is to clear that fight before sunset. There's a rule. You have better because you don't know you will live there or not tomorrow. So why to die with a grudge in the heart? You'll become a snake, etc. So better is that you bury the hatchet. Bury the hatchet earlier only. Finish the matter so that you can die peacefully. In Banaras, there is one place where people come to die. There is one Dharamshala. Because Banaras is known that if you have to pass away, say if you pass in Varanasi, it's considered very auspicious. You go to Shivji straight away. So one person came to die, and then this was his point that I want to finish off all matter with anybody if I had any issues. Anyway, so if anybody anybody fights at 10 o'clock and goes to sleep, high possibility is that in the dream also there will be anukriti. But dream body and waking body are not of the same character. It is not saman svabhaveshu. So he is saying that if two things are there, and if anukaranam is there, imitation is there, it is not a rule that they should be of the same nature. I hope you are getting this point. Okay, no more examples you can. Rather, he goes one step further. He says rather, bhati and anubhati should not be of the same nature. Means shining and shining after should not be of same nature, they should be of dissimilar nature. Lo, he went one step. How do you say like that? Supposing I say I light 2 candles. So can you say that one candle light is illuminating another candle light? One light is shining, other is also shining. So one is not illuminating. Shining and illuminating, please differentiate these two words. Shining is shining just. Illuminating means something is, because of that something is shining. This light on the top is shining by itself, but it is illuminating this hall. So if 2 candle lights are there, so one is not illuminating other. Rather, both should be. So one light does not depend on another light. Therefore, anubhanam should not be there. Anubhanam is not possible between 2 light of the same characteristic. Sun, supposing 2 suns are there in this space. So one sun will not illuminate another sun. Because the earth does not have its own light and moon does not have its own light or other planet don't have its own light, therefore sun is illuminating all other planets. But if 2 lights are there, then it won't illuminate another sun. So for bhanam and anubhanam to take place, both should not be of the nature of light. The joy of Brahma Sutra is there. If you love that, if you have little interest in this matter, you will enjoy all this more. Rather, one should be luminous object, other should be non-luminous object. So bulb is luminous, chair is non-luminous, and therefore bulb is illuminating the chair. And therefore your rule, what rule? That saman subhavakeshu, both are of the saman nature, same nature, should be, it should not. This rule is wrong. And therefore my conclusion, what is your conclusion? My conclusion is that Jyoti, already refuted, that Jyoti, which you are calling Tejo Dhatu, should not be there. There should be nothing. There is no elemental light which is existing in front of his sun. Sun's light is overpowered, is overwhelmed. There is no such light existing. There is no possibility of any light existing. Because Anubhanam word has to be there. And you cannot say that big light is illuminating the sun and the moon, because two light of the same category cannot illuminate. This is the second argument. I hope it is clear. Third argument is based on Tameva Bhantam Anubhati Sarvam. What is the meaning of Tameva Bhantam? So here he takes the word Sarvam. Achha. You are saying, is it elemental life? Of course it is elemental life. I'm already, why you are asking me the same question? No, I'm just confirming it, because what I'll say, then you have to accept that. Yes, it is elemental light which in front of which sunlight does not shine. This is what I'm saying. Because sunlight is overwhelmed by that big powerful light. Okay. Let's tell me one thing. Any light, sunlight, is capable of illuminating forms and colors. Yes, it cannot illuminate sound. Light can illuminate, the elemental light can illuminate only form and colors. It cannot illuminate sound, taste, smell, touch. See, yes, I agree with that. Now here what is said in the third line, Tameo Bhantam Anubhati Sarvam word has been. So that means that light should illuminate all. All means what? All means Shabd, Sparsh, Roop, Ras, Gandh, thought, sense organs, even ignorance it should eliminate. Oh my God. If there is an elemental life which is like big, 100 times bigger than sun, it cannot illuminate your thought, it cannot illuminate the word, sound it can't illuminate. I understand. So this is a bigger meaning of light, not a localized meaning. Light doesn't mean that which eliminates forms totally. It can't illuminate touch, it can't illuminate smell. It can't illuminate. Don't take it literal, illuminate. Illuminate means knowing. It cannot know touch. It cannot know smell. Because sarvam word has been used here. Okay. But that is not possible, because tameo bhantam anubhati sarvam. Okay. So what I will say? Then all, it cannot include all, and this is called sarva shabda sankoch dosha. Restricted meaning it will have. It cannot include all. The defect of restricted meaning. Which restrict? If you take the meaning of light as the elemental light, it will illuminate with an exception. That's called restricted meaning. This is called sankoch dosha. It restrict. Oh, so that should not be having the restricted meaning. Restricted meaning can be under certain condition, but here restricted meaning is not. So here, because tasya bhasa sarvamidam vedam vibhati. Restricted meaning, understand, no? Which excludes something. It is called restricted meaning. But its inclusive meaning is there. Okay. Like it is said, AGM is going on and you say all are invited. All has a restricted meaning or unrestricted meaning? Huh? Restricted or unrestricted? Huh? Unrestricted. Restricted means all members only. Restricted means there all does not mean. There is a restricted meaning of that word all. But when I say all will get the fruit of action, there is unrestricted meaning. Nobody is above laws. It is unrestricted meaning. Right? Supposing I say everybody will be checked on the airport. Is it restricted meaning, unrestricted? Huh? The frisking will be done. Huh? Restricted or unrestricted? Restricted because the Prime Minister, President won't be checked. There's a list of people who are not checked on the airport. And the President goes and he has to also do like this and he has to stand there. No. He goes like that. Supreme Court judge is there. There is a list in India. Here I don't know. There's a restricted meaning. So you have to see which meaning is said here. Okay. So you have to see what meaning is there. What is the meaning of that particular word at that context? In this present context, sarvam word is unrestricted. Now, supposing it is said, everybody should observe fast. These are restricted or unrestricted? Everybody should observe fast. Restricted meaning. Children are not supposed to observe fast. Somebody is having problem in the body. He is not supposed to have it. He is taking medicine. Hospital he is there. He is not observed. He should not observe fast. Somebody is delivering baby. He should not observe fast. That lady is not expected to observe fast. Right? Somebody finds giddiness after having. Or somebody gets very angry. He should not observe. He should observe a lighter fast. The restricted meaning is there. Okay. So always find out what is the exact meaning is there of that sentence. So here sarvam does not mean, you cannot restrict the meaning of sarvam only to the light. Tasya bhasa tamev bhantam anubhati sarvam means everything means thought also aska. When I say God knows everything, it is unrestricted. Unrestricted. That means He knows all your fruit of action, all your actions of the past, all your thoughts of all time, your intentions, your samskar. He is knower of all. And when I say, no, I know you, I know everything about you, then it is restricted meaning. That means I know only present actions I know. Nobody can know anybody. No human being can know another human being completely. Even one day he cannot know that. This is the third argument. Don't forget, first was pratyaksh praman. Is not proved. Second is imitation is not possible among two luminous objects in the same plane of consciousness. And third is sarvam word will not hold good. Okay. Arey bhaiya, whatever you have to say, accept it. No, I will explain it now. You said two purpaksha. And third meaning is, so the fourth argument is prakaranat. Prakaranat means contextually. What is contextually? Please tell me. Again, you have to open Mantra Pushpam. You open Mundak Upanishad 2.2. In 2.2, this mantra comes. This Mundak Upanishad started with Shaunak ji asking Kasminnu Bhagavo Vigyate Sarvamidam Vigyatam Bhavati. Knowing what everything else is known. And in that particular 2.2 Prakarana, the Upanishad starts about with the light which is beyond everything. Then the imagery of the Dhanurgrihitva Upanishadam Mahastram Sharam Yupasa Yupasta Sharam Dhanurgrihitva Upanishadam Mahastram Sharam Yupasa Nishitam Sandadhita Ayam Tadbhavagaten Chetasa Laksham Tadevaksharam Somya Vidhi Pranavo Dhanu Sharo Yatma Brahma Tallakshyamuchyate Apramattena Vedavyam Sharvattanmayo Bhave. So he says, see how the Upanishad walks. There is one bow is there. What is the name of that bow? Upanishadam. Dhanurgrihitva Upanishadam Mahastram. And then there is one arrow there. You have to sharpen that arrow. And then you shoot. Where? In that aim. Everybody, I am not clear what is a bow and arrow. Wait. Pranavo Dhanuhu. Next mantra. See. Pranavo Dhanuhu Sharo Yatma. This Omkar or Brahman is that Dhanush. And Sharoyatma, and your individual self is like the arrow. And what is the goal? Brahmatallakshyamuchyate apramattena vedavyam sharvattanmayo bhavet. So as you shoot an arrow to the goal, similarly, you try to become one with that Brahman. Acha? Then what is that Brahman now? See how the topic is going on. Yasmin yav prathavi chantariksham otam manasa pranaishcha sarvaihi. This is the definition of the Brahman. Which mantra? Fourth, fifth. Please follow it. Yasmin means? Yasmin means? Brahmani. Yasmin Dyav. In that Brahman. Yasmin Dyav Prithvi Chantariksham Earth etc. Otam Manasa Pranaishcha Sarvaihi. Everything is pervading there. Pervaded by that. Then what shall I do? Tame Vaikam Janat Atmanam. Know that only. Don't know anything else. I don't know if underlined or not. In your Upanishad it must have underlined. Here also. Tam eva ekam. Know that self alone. But I am doing a PhD in biochemistry. You are doing it, but it will have no purpose unless it takes you to this knowledge. Tame vaikam janat atmanam. And then Upanishad gives a very strong instruction in Lot Lakar. Anyo vacho vimunchat. Leave aside all other talks. Leave aside all other talk if it doesn't take you to the truth. Any talk which does not take you to the truth, then leave aside that. Anyo vacho vimunchat. I like this. Don't gossip here and there. Don't try to chit-chat till late night. This brahmacharis, when they get together in conference, etc. This is what I observe. In the night they will get together. And they will gossip here and there. That should not be very bad. Your room should be closed latest by 10 o'clock. Unless something is urgency, something is required. No room should be open and seen. Okay? And 10:30 onwards, your light should be off. Otherwise, you can't get up. Then excuses will come up. Latest, good student will definitely get up before 4:30. And he's better, then he'll get up 4. He's very good, he'll get up by 3 also. Anyway, and he do meditation and puja, etc. Worst will get up after 6. If the worst to worst, you will get up after 6, 7. Grahast can get up because they have 10 works. Chacha ji came, Mama ji came, business I came late from the office, 12 o'clock, my boss came. They can't maintain schedule. You cannot, don't ask these to do for the world Grahast, okay? Don't ask those who are living in the houses. They have 10 problems. You can't know their life. Maid has not come. They are washing till 12 o'clock. They have to pick up somebody from the airport. Flight was late. But when you are totally dedicated, when only you have chosen the path of Brahmacharya, etc., then there is no excuse why you should be late in getting up and late in sleeping. I cannot understand. Unless you are not well, of course. Like she is not well, she is not well, and then you rest. But you are hale and hearty. You have no headache, no stomach ache, and then you are getting up. Then you are committing a sin. Okay. So, Anyo vacho vimunchatha. I like these lines. These are my favorite lines out there. Leave aside, vach means all other work also. Amritasya eva esha setu. Amritasya esha setu. This is the setu means bridge for the immortality. Please note, all description of the Brahman continues. Then next, Ara Ivarathana Bhaus, like on the hub of the wheel, all spokes are surrendered. Sa Ishwantas Charite Bauda Jayamanaha. Om iti evam dhyayat. Lo, fir aa gaya lot laka. Please contemplate on Om, imperative case. And then here teacher says, Swastiva Paraya. I wish you all the best. Tamasap Parastar. Then he says, Yes, Sarvagya Sarvavit. Yah means, Jaldi bolo. Yah means, Yah, one who is omniscient. Yah Sarvagya Sarvit. Bolo. Brahman. Asesh Mahima Bhuvi. Whole world is the expression of that. Divye Brahma Pure. Then about that is mentioned Manomaya Pral Sharir Neta. Everything is mentioned about Brahman. Then knowing that it is said Vidyate Hridaya Grantihi Vidyante Sarva Samshaya. Then 9th mantra says Hiranmaye Pare Koshe Virjam Brahma Nishkalam. That is a golden one. And then here is the key word coming. Tachubram Jyotisham Jyotihi. It is the light of all lights. The description of Brahman is going on. And then 10th mantra comes. I told the whole thing to come to this 2.2. Not that I had to tell any story. What? Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarka. So, my dear student, yes, the topic of Brahman is going on, not the elemental light. Oh. So, naturally, when this was mentioned, is a light of lights in 2.2.9, the student wanted to know what is the meaning of light of lights. Oh. Which Upanishad, which chapter of Gita says light of lights? What is the sloka? Good. Tamasa paramuchyate. Jyotishamapi tajyotihi tamasa paramuchyate. 13th chapter. If you know everything, you can revel and enjoy. If you don't know, then also you can enjoy. Don't worry. But I always say, please read Gita every day. One chapter you should read loudly. So here, the teacher says, student says, okay, what is the meaning of Jyotishamapi tajyoti, which is the light of lights, which is in 2.2.9? Please note, all this description is of the Brahman only. Don't forget this, not the elemental light. Oh. And all Brahman is abhautik teja. It is not a light, it is consciousness. And therefore, the description of that conscious principle is given in 10th mantra. So, Jyotishamapi tajyoti, the commentary of this line is na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam, my dear. And therefore, third argument is called prakaranat. Context is different. Sorry, fourth argument. Third argument was sarvasya asankuchitarthatvat. You cannot take a restricted meaning. Unrestricted meaning is there. First argument is called pratyaksha praman asiddhatvat. And second argument is called Second argument is called that saman swabhavakeshu anukaranam asambhavat. This you had not said, I had not written it. This tat is, please again repeat that. I have not written anything what you said. I have no time to hear again and again write it. So whatever I study here, that is the last study. Because in the room I have to sleep. So, the first argument is pratyaksha pramanena asiddhatvat. Second argument is saman swabhavakeshu anubhanam asambhavat. Samana swabhavakeshu anumanam asambhavat. Illumination is not possible between two. Third argument is sarva shabdasya asankuchit arthatvat. It has a non-restricted meaning. Therefore, this cannot illuminate. The elemental light cannot illuminate thought, etc. Fourth argument is prakaranat. As per the context, it is not right. Please go to the context. Always study contextually. Fifth argument. Fourth or fifth? Fifth argument. Four is over. Bhaskar gave till this all. Fifth, we all can add. It's okay. No need to hear now. Fifth argument is said, even if you know the external light, it won't give you any joy, any fruit, or any moksha you won't get. Supposing, sometimes, new star has been discovered. You won't get any moksha by that. This is moksha shastra. It's not astronomy. This Upanishad is not astronomy. That will tell about any elemental light. This is the area of astronomers. That what is Milky Way, what is black hole, what is the number of I went to planetarium in Cape Town. Very good planetarium is there. Cape Town planetarium. All I didn't understand too much. They went very technical, astronomical details they were giving. So you lie down, you do like there's a nice, you can, recline on the chair like that. And there's a big spherical kind of thing is there. Only see Leela of God. So this is not astronomy. Even if one light illumines, it doesn't give any avidya nash is not there, which is the purpose of Upanishad. And therefore, apurusharthatvat, there is no moksha purusharth is not siddh. This is argument number 5th. 6th argument. Hare bhai, it's over. Bhashkar gave only for you keep on listening. 6th argument is, please know this is a very good argument. 5th point is that Vedas or Upanishad reveal those things which are not available for direct perception or inference. Vedas don't talk about that topic which can be seen by the senses or could be found by the senses. Vedas won't say lotus is red. Vedas will not talk about how digestion takes place. This can be known by the medical person also. Where is colon? Vedas will not talk about that. Where is colon and where is semicolon? How the kidney functions. What is the purpose of eating ghee every day? That is Ayurveda will talk about. Or how the, what is it called? What is the purpose of walking? Walking gives you good health. Vedas don't talk about all this stuff. Anybody will tell the shlok which says that Vedas don't talk about this. Pratyakshena anumanena yastu payena buddhyate. That which cannot be known by pratyakshena anuman brahman. Pratyakshena anumityava yastu payona buddhyate enam vidanti vedena tasmad vedasya vedita. I had told this. That which cannot be known by direct means and the inference or any of the pramartha, patya, anuman, upman. Their Vedas entered. Enam in accusative case. Enam vidanti vedena tasmad vedasya vedata. This is a very important slok. Karmphal you cannot get by any means of knowledge. What fruit, what action will produce what fruit, you cannot know it. How big is the Brahman? You cannot know that. There you need alaukik shabda praman, not laukik shabda praman. Laukik shabda praman you can know the external thing. So pratyakshena anumityava yastu payena na buddhyate enam vidanti vedena tasmad vedasya vedata. Very popular slok is there. Elemental light is already known by pratyaksh praman. Why will Ved interfere into that area? Why will Ved come into that area? Ved will not tell that human being has 2 eyes and 2 ears. This is not the area of the Vedas. Only why doesn't the Veda tell about the medical science, Swami? This is not the area of the Vedas. It is not the scope, not the latitude of the Vedas. Apurvatvat. It is apurva. Apurvatvat. So bhautik tej will not be the subject of the Vedas. I hope this much is clear. This is 6th or 7th, 6th argument. And therefore conclusion is, what conclusion now? That tatra shabd referred, tatra and tam and tasya. Tat shabdvachya brahmeva. Tat shabdvachya brahmeva. Indicated meaning of tat is the Brahman alone. In what? In 2.2.10 of Mundakush. Tat shabdartha brahmaiva. Vedas will reveal something which is known, which is not known by human perceptions, either by antakaran or by bahikaran, and not known by any praman. Pratyaksha, Anuman, Arthapatti, Anuplapti, Upaman. It cannot be known by any praman. There is the entry of the Vedas. Asandigdham, the very definition of praman is that it should not be known by another praman. Anadhikatam should be there. If something is known by another praman, Vedas will not enter into that. Abaditam, asandigdham, anadhigatam, smriti vilakshanam, anubhaswarup. So Vedas is not the areas of the Vedas. And therefore science also should not go into that areas, because that is the data which the science will take, it will be based on pratyaksh pramana. And you are talking about something which is beyond the pratyaksh. So you are using a wrong data for knowing something where that data does not function. Problem with science is it uses pratyaksh pramana anuman to know about God particle. You are trying to know something which is beyond the perceptional knowledge, and you are using the data from the perceptional knowledge. So this completes this sutra. I hope. Now I'll come back to Bhashya once more before I go to another one. Oh, I thought it is over. I was so happy. No. See, third, 305 page again open. Samatvacha tejo dhatu nam suryadinam na tejo dhatum anyam pratyapeksha astiyam bhantam anubhayuhu. Because both are of the same degree, you have to have a lot of stamina. Samatvacha, see, this is a point. This is the second point I was talking about. No, third, second point. Tejo dhatu nam suryadinam na tejo dhatum anyam pratyapeksha asti. Yam bhantam anubhayo. It will not illuminate something else. Nahi pradipa pradipantaram anubhati. No light can illuminate another light. Light can illuminate something which is not light. Yadapi uktam saman swabhavakeshu samasam. Yadapi uktam saman swabhavakeshu anukaro drishyate. Na ayam ekanto niyamaha. This is not the law. I told you, Bhashkar went ahead. Bhinna swabhavakeshu hi anukaro drishyate. Bin swabhava means two luminous cannot illuminate. One should be luminous, other should be non-luminous. Then only it can illuminate. Yatha sutaptaha. See the sutaptaha ayapindaha. Got it? Yatha sutaptaha. Sutapta means well hot iron. Agni anukritihi. It follows the light. So it follows the heat of that. Dahantam anudahati. Bhaumam va rajo va ayam. Vahantam anuvahati. Okay. So bhaumam va rajo va ayam means when there is a storm or when there is a wind, then behind the wind, the small particles of the earth, they also follow that. Bhaumam va, bhaumam means of the earth. Rajo va ayam. Vahantam anuvahati. They also get carried away by that. So they are following. Well, they are different swabhava. that the particle of the earth, that is not wind. Wind will not follow wind. Wind, what will follow the wind will be the earth particles behind that. Okay. Anukritehe iti anubhanam asu suchata. Then it is said here. So anukriti, that word of anukriti has been said here. Asu suchat means it has been informed. Anukritehe iti anubhanam. Okay. Then what is said? Tasya cheti chaturtham padamasya shlokasya suchayati. Tasya bhasa sarvam idhi vibhati. Iti tad hetukam bhanam suryadehe uchchamanam pragyam atmanam gamayati. So this sarvam word indicates that suryadehe uchchamanam pragyam atmanam gamayati. So Suryadehe, one who is illuminating the sun, that is the pragyam, atmanam, that is indicated. Tad deva jyotisham jyoti ayurupasate amritam iti hi pragyam atmanam amananti. That has been said in other Upanishad also. Tejo antarena surya adi tejaha vibhati iti aprasiddham viruddham cha. See, again he is coming back to the sick point, that there is some other light which is illuminating the sun that is not known, it is opposite also. Pratighatat. Pratighatat means this is not proved. Athva. So why? Because by one light, neither other light is more illumined or it is stopping its stage. Pratighatat means this. Athva na suryadinam eva shloka paripathitanam idam tadhetukam vibhanam uchyate. So this is not said here. Kim tarhi sarvam idam. This is the sarv word is coming now here. Iti avishesha shrutehe. This shruti word is talking about everything. Sarvasya eva asya नाम रूप क्रिया कारक फल जातस्य या अभिव्यक्ति सा ब्रह्म ज्योति सत्ता निमित्ता. इट इज इल्यूमिनेटिंग एवरीथिंग. अच्छा, हाँ, एवरीथिंग मीन्स द नाम रूप क्रिया कारक, होल वर्ल्ड इज कवर्ड इन दैट, एंड बाय दैट विच इल्यूमिनेट्स ऑल, दैट ब्रह्म ज्योति इज मेंशन्ड हियर. यथा सूर्य आदि ज्योति सत्ता निमित्ता सर्वस्य रूप जात तस्य अभिव्यक्तित्व. Like the sunlight illuminates the form only, the Brahma light illuminates everything. Okay. न तत्र सूर्यो भाति च तत्र शब्दम. तत्र शब्द भाहरन प्रकृत ग्रहणम दर्शयति. Tatra Shabda Ma. So there the Shabd is of the knowledge. Prakritam cha Brahma. See, this is what I was talking. Referential, contextual meaning is there. He is quoting this now. Yasmin dev prithvi chantariksham otam manapranayisha sarvai tamevaikam janata vijanata atmanam anyo vacha vimunjada amrita sesha setu. He is quoting the same mantra. Hiranmaye pare koshe. All is muddak. Tat shubram jyotisham jyoti tadyatm vido iti. Katham tat jyotisham jyoti iti idam uttham na tatra suryo bhati iti. He is saying, so how come when the topic is of this, another topic will come up? Idam uttham, how come opposite topic will come up? When it is said he is the light of all lights, how come na tatra suryo bhati? This is the question of the student. Yadapyuktam suryadinam tejasam bhana pratishedha tejo dhatau anyasmina kalpate surya itireshamiti. So this has been mentioned here. So ultimately, na tu sa eva tejo dhatu anya na sambhavati. This is not possible. Brahmani api chaisham bhana pratishedha avakalpyate. That means nobody can illuminate Brahman. यतः यद उपलभ्यते तत्सर्वं ब्रह्मणा एव ज्योतिषा उपलभ्यते. So means whatever is known by the light of consciousness. See what is it? Yatah yat upalabhyate tat sarvam brahmana eva jyoti. Brahmana jyoti eva upalabhyate. Brahma tu na annena jyotisha upalabhyate. Brahma is not known by any other light. Why? Swayam jyoti swarupatvat. Yena suryadaya tasmin bhayuhu. Brahma hi anyat vyakti na tu brahma annena vyajyate. Everything is illumined by Brahman and nothing is illumined. Brahman is not illumined by anything else. I hope you are clear. If you are not clear, don't worry. As per your stamina, you can understand that. But I wanted to tell you that whatever is in the Bhashya, that alone was being talked in very sequential manner, what I have been talking about. It is not that something else has been said. Remember, 2 Purpaksh was there and 4 argument was Bhashyakar and 2 argument were our. So 6 arguments were given to refute that Purpaksh, that light is not elemental light. So somebody will say, I meditated in my heart, some blue light came, yellow light came. All these lights are having no meaning. In meditation, if you see blue light, yellow light, it has no meaning at all. So don't enjoy and stop there. Good you had light, but go beyond that also. These Brahma Kumaris, etc. talk like that. Therefore, I am using these words. There is some Jyoti, some Alokakash came, this came. Or the Jain are there. They talk about Alokakash is there. That is in space. The mukti of this Jain darshan you have heard here. Jain darshan. Very big community is Jain darshan is there. So there is a Pudgal there, if you remember. Therefore they do a lot of tapasya. They say Atma is associated with impurity. Right? And that impure Atma. So by tapasya you remove the impurity. Then what happens? That Atma becomes Pudgal. And then it goes to a place called Alokakash, where all Tirthankars are there. And there is that Atma is shining. So the mukti of the Jain is Desh Pradhan. So that Alokakash Atma is shining there. Dekho. That is also already in Desh. So everything is now. How is it possible? And therefore in their dharma, there is extreme tapasya. Extreme tapasya, understand? No. They'll take out the hair. They don't shave. They'll pluck it. No clothes on the body. Digambar is there. Shvetambar and Digambar is. So tapasya is not the means to God. Tapasya is the end there. We are also saying tapasya is required. But tapasya is to make the mind pure so that you can feel God in that mind. It is like the vessel you have to clean by fire so that you can put something to eat. You can have Lord's name. You can have Brahmakar Vritti. So there is Alokakash is there. So if you go to Radha Swami or if you go to this Brahma Kumaris, so they will talk about this, not about Ram Krishna. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about that and they will not entertain those thoughts also. Now come the next sutra, but my time is over. We'll see this sutra. So quite a good sutra was there, this one, if you remember that. Very interesting commentaries there. And I told you, if you want to see brilliancy of Bhashyakar, Brahma Sutra is the most, what is called, magnum opus of Bhashyakar. A small sutra, such a beautiful. In the Upanishad, he takes word by word, but here doesn't take word. We enjoy that. You underline, I did not make you underline, but you can underline the ones important lines. We'll see the next sutra. One more sutra is there in this Adhikaran. 2 sutras are there. Next sutra is Apicha Smaryate. That sutra, we'll see it. Purnamana Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadakshate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namah. Hari Om.